Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So today we will present information technology helps in achieving greater accountability Malaysian public sector scenario. I am Nur Emiariani Nabilah binti Haminuddin, gonna be your first presenter for today. Contents of our presentation today will be public sector, accountability and information technology. So there are 7 objectives of public sector accounting. The first one is to determine the validity of transactions and their consistency with the requirements, regulations and statutes developed. The second one is providing stewardship proofs, and the third one is highlighting the different sources of receivable earnings and the cost to be incurred. The next one is providing objective and timely reporting support, and then it's providing a decision making basis, and furthermore it's improving the analysis of management's efficiency, and last but not least, the public sector accounting will be assisting in planning and management. Next slide is about accountability. Accountability refers to the institutionalized relationship between two responsive or accountable person, which is accountor and accountee. The second point is about accountability in public finance management is important, since this aspect would guarantee that public finance are handled in the most reliable, productive and economical way. The lack of this theory will trigger problems related to loss of time, the misuse of resource, or the delay in the program execution. The third point is about evidence of corruption, unethical activities, misuse of authority, mismanagement of public funds in public service organizations around the world, including Malaysia, has been reported over the year. As a result, some effective measures have been taken by the Malaysian government to promote good governance, transparency, and accountability. For the last point, accountability can be divided into 3 types from the public sector viewpoint, which is financial accountability, program accountability, and management accountability. Those types of accountability concentrate on the input, output, and outcome elements, respectively. Thus, concerns about the proper utilization of energy, output efficiency, and outcome effectiveness. Next slide is about information technology, which is IT. The implementation of the use of information technology is an important aspect of improving the efficiency of public sector accountability. These skills can also result in a high level of government service and implementation efficiency, especially with regard to issue of transparency and accountability. For the third point, the ongoing change of the government management system and procedure should be acknowledged, enhanced, and equipped by all layers of government workers, legislators, executives, and even public residents. The government must ensure that accountability is efficiently enforced in all government systems, in addition to being the future leaders in the IT environment. So these are information technology system used in Malaysian public sector. The first one is standard accounting system for government agencies. The second one is standardized computerized accounting system for state government. The third one is government financial management accounting system. The last one is electronic budget planning and control system. So this is the last slide that will be presenting by me. So in this slide, it's about electronic procurement. The Malaysian e-procurement system was first introduced in 1999 with the intention of simplifying public procurement procedure and enhancing the quality of service. E-procurement is a multi-buyer, multi-supplier electronic procurement domain that enables government agencies under a single purchasing entity to act as separate buying organizations. It offers all goods and services with a standard procurement process according to the procurement policy and protocol of the government. A unit in the Ministry of Finance known as the e-Perolehan Unit. There were the administers and manages the system. In general, the unit is responsible for system monitoring, installation and maintenance, operation of the data center, user training, transition of technologies, and implementation of the policies. For the last point, it's about e-procurement roles, which include supplier registration, central contract, direct purchasing, quote system, tender system, ministry contract, and e-bidding. So that's all from me. For the next slide, it will be presenting by Yvonne Nerika.
Hi, I am Yvonne Erika Frankie, and today I will present on the uses, roles, and benefits of e-procurement in the public sector. E-procurement in public sector helps to assess operational efficiency, enhance transparency and accountability in government procurement processes. The mechanism is designed with the aim of curbing fraud and corruption activities and to reduce face-to-face interactions and thus increase market transparency, build trust, and limit fraud and corruption. So, what are the roles of e-procurement capabilities in the public sector phase? First, project management and need evaluation. It is an anti-corruption position to reduce the risks of corruption in developing countries. So, via the e-procurement government website, the public or bidders can assess and track all the procurement activities. And in the e-procurement website, all project technical requirements are released so that officers or planning stage officers do not conveniently add additional specifications for their private benefit. Secondly, product design and documentation. Often, the project and technological requirements are crafted in support of a particular supplier by procurement or government officers. They build an inappropriate, complex bid to conceal wrongdoing in certain instances. The e-procurement scheme will play an important role in supplying the site platform with all project requirements, so that all bidders can access and review all project specifications and conform with standard documents. So the nature of the project and the documents are so open to the public. Thirdly, the tender phase and award of contracts. So one of the most critical phases of the public procurement process, where most corruption happens in developed countries, is tendering and contract awarding. In developed countries, it is a severe concern. The trend is that the prospective contractors who use their coercive leverage get the deal. In certain cases, owing to alleged coercive threats by other prominent contractors, some contractors are actually not willing to request a tender paper. So political officials may be active implicitly and with their private interests misuse their official authority. This inevitably leads to systemic corruption in public procurement, where individuals with vested agendas have opportunities for their own privileges to perform their public procurement positions. The fourth one is accounting and auditing. Audits are not carried out routinely and consistently, which makes wrongdoing more difficult to spot. Government audit monitoring systems are not straightforward, contingent, and lack coordination with other related departments and organizations to ensure a reliable and productive flow of audit information. So, the public e-procurement will play an important role in mitigating the possibility of corruption in the public procurement sector. It will promote public sector accountability and honesty, such as tendering, procurement, buying, and auctioning. E-procurement has been recognized globally as an effective mechanism for the prevention of corruption and the abuse of power. What are other government incentives of e-procurement? The first one can be divided into tangible and intangible items. So for tangible item, it will be cost and time savings. It will increase corporate productivity and performance. It will make sales increases resulting from entry to new markets or new business opportunities. Meanwhile, for intangible item, it will enhance customer loyalty, greater alignment of business systems, and better contact with other firms that strengthen business relationships. Another government incentive is the cost saving. In terms of this, e-procurement is also a big benefit of the low cost of information and technology because of the internet. When operating expenses are limited, the cost of purchasing or selling as well as barriers to business penetration have been substantially lowered. Next, streamlined processes reduce transaction time. because customers can scan several suppliers for electronic catalogs containing goods and services and compare items and prices online. Also, it allows users to check the current prices and quantity. An immediate purchasing order status can be given by the suppliers. Lastly, cost of buying and market entry barriers will be lowered because the operation cost is lowered. Now, I will pass the presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurazima binti Rahmat. So I will present the challenge in implementing e-procurement in Malaysian public sector. There are many challenges in implementing the e-procurement system in Malaysian public sector. Firstly, one of the challenges is environment. According to the market condition and the number of increasing competition among the business, it will turn out decent pressure for SME to implement e-procurement. There are situations where they choose not to use e-procurement to keep up trust and relationship with supplier and customer. They do not trust their counterparts enough to finish a deal can be happen. This situation contributes to the wait-and-see behavior that's normally found among SMEs. Next, external factors. External factors also one of the challenges in implementing e-procurement system. The technology barriers to supplier embody understanding and commitment to special software. Also, startup fee. Startup fee required by vendors beyond the financial capabilities of SME, and they decide not to commit to such a high-price system. The decreased support of such system is mostly from massive corporations that will profit more because of the large volume of trade and various transactions. The utility and security problem with the system are major issues for potential adopters. The widespread use of e-procurement system additionally depends on the supply of supporting infrastructure like broadband coverage. Therefore, government should confirm the service charge on user to allow vendors recover their investment of new system or e-procurement system. Lastly, inadequacy in government policy and legislation. The procedure for governmental tendering method by buying the tender document in office is a good example. This prohibits the use of e-tendering system and presents an enormous occurrence for government attempt to establish an electronic government system. Lack of standard in the development of e-procurement system lead to user of one system being unable to speak electronically with user of alternative completely different system. It creates various, however, fragmented e-procurement environment. In conclusion, e-procurement system is one of the IT implementation in public sector in Malaysia. E-procurement is one of the tools used as a fraud and corruption reduction technique by many countries in the world, among others. The electronic procurement tools such as e-communication, e-submission, e-tendering remove or reduce the direct human encounter between bidders and procurement workers' interaction. That are one of the key causes of unethical conduct in the detecting overprice and bid rigging. The electronic archive is beneficial. Therefore, this system will definitely enhance the accountability in public sector. When the system is being enforced, the accountability of the Malaysian public sector is raised. All the transactions are done using computerized system. So, nobody will forge the document or data, and any bias towards certain individual will be avoided. As the result, economy of Malaysia will be improved since the acquisition of the things by the government is finished transparently by considering the worth of cash and not due any interest. On top of that, rest in accountability can build individuals see Malaysia as a rustic, debt-free from any fraud activity and corruption, and indirectly will attract the investor to take a position. Therefore, the government could use the information technology towards achieving greater the information within the Malaysian public sector. That's all from us. Thank you.